Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be going over what all the characters' abilities do really quickly in a short little brief segment and showing you the animations, because this little explanation on your screen doesn't really do justice to what the characters do. So his passive is Tracker. Foes leave behind enemies. Foes leave behind clues for you to find. And this isn't really explainable. If an enemy reloads, or enemy shoots a gun, or runs like footsteps, or heals, or gets downed in an area, you get a little square diamond on your screen about the size of your ultimate ability at the bottom, and it says how many seconds ago and what happened. So it would have been like footsteps 10 seconds ago, so then you know you're running in the direction. This isn't really useful unless chasing an enemy, because you can see exactly where they went. If I go here, right, and I'm running and I see footsteps 10 seconds ago, and then their footsteps go this way, then obviously I know they've ran this way, and they can't kind of run away from me. Now his Q briefly reveals enemies, traps, clues through all structures in front of you. This is basically just wall hacks if you've played any other game. You press the button, do an animation, and for 4 seconds you can see enemies through walls, traps through walls, everything, and it tells you how many hostiles are in the area. This is really useful because it doesn't just highlight it for you, it highlights it for your entire team as well. So your entire team gets wall hacks from this really easy ability. Now his ult basically makes you 35% faster, which is one of the fastest characters in the game. You become almost as fast as Octane, well, we get to him. And this is for 35 seconds. And the most useful thing about this, I've been moving fast, enemies highlighted red, and you get your scan up every 8 seconds, as you can see at the bottom. Normally it's 25 and it goes to 8. And what this does is means you can get an 8-second scan. You get a 4-second scan every 8 seconds for your team, so you can get wall hacks almost the entire fight. And as you can see, it says knockdowns extend duration. It means if I get a kill, right, which it won't work because I'm in training mode. If I get a kill and they get downed or dead, then I get an extra 5 seconds on the top of the ultimate, which lasts 35 seconds. So yeah, that's Bloodhound. So next up, we've got Gibby, right, or Gibraltar, and his passive is called Gun Shield. Very simple. When you ADS, you get this little shield in front of you, which takes up about, if you're crouching, it takes up almost your whole body, right? And it can absorb 50 damage. So if this dummy were to shoot me for 50 damage, this would absorb it, taking no damage to my health. And you can toggle it on and off depending on if you want it, but you pretty much always want it on. And when it gets broken, then it recharges after a little duration. Very simple. Gibby is very simple. This is, you simply place an oncoming bubble. You place the bubble, right? And you can't shoot through it. No one can shoot through it. No one can shoot through it at all. And that's it. And you can't shoot out of it or in it. And it lasts for quite a long duration. And the good thing about this is if your teammate goes down and you res them, you can res your teammates faster in this bubble. Only you can res your teammates faster, right? This has gone through a lot of changes, but that's it. It's a simple ability. Very strong because no one can shoot you. If you're out in the open, you throw it down and you got your entire team can heal or you can res your teammate. Very good ability, and that's it. And we'll go through his fortified passive first at the bottom. It says fortified, incoming damage reduced by 15, not slow by bullets. Now, this means that it's literally this simple as if I shoot this guy for 18 damage, if I shot Gibby for that amount, it would be reduced by 15%, and that's it. And not slow by bullets applies to heavy bullets, as some heavy guns like slow your sprinting, so it stops you from sprinting or sliding, and Gibby's not affected by this. And that's just because he's a bigger hitbox. Now I've got the ult called Defensive Bombardment, which isn't so defensive, but I'll show you here. So you throw down a bombardment, as you can see. Comes down straight away. The enemies get the ring as well, and as you can see from the sky, you launch kind of a lot of missiles and rockets down from the sky, which do 40 damage each and own a random pattern, but as you can see, it's a very good ultimate. It also shell shocks your opponent, meaning they can't sprint, and they've got like stuff all over their screen. I'll show that in another ult, the effect of that. Lifeline is definitely the easiest character to explain. So your passive means that there's these blue supply bins on the map, and if you open them, you and only you get special loot out of them. When your teammate goes down, you can revive them, and you don't have to like do the whole revive animation. You literally drop a drone, and it revives them, and you can go run off. And for the tactical, you throw this little health drone, and if you need some heals, which I'll show you now, if I just like get a thermite grenade and throw it at myself, right? The drone just heals you. Oh, I'm doing it to my shield. The drone heals you for health, not shield, and there you go. As you see at the bottom, I am being healed for health. But it stops when you take any amount of damage. And then the ult is very, very simple. You cool down a care package. That's it. That's it for Lifeline. You just cool down a care package from the sky, and it has really good loot in it. And that's it for Lifeline. Very simple character, very strong. I'll show you that now. And look, we get attachments that you're guaranteed to need the loot. You see how I got a blue body shield and a purple and a blue extended mag. If I already had a blue extended mag and blue body shield, those items might be purple. Pathfinder is another incredibly simple character. His passive is pretty much nothing. When you scan survey beacons across the map, you just get your ult back and a bit of cooldown off your ult, but it's not really a passive. It doesn't really add anything. Right, it just means you want to scan beacons all the time, but you want to do that anyway. And his Q, his tactical is literally just a grappling hook. As you see, I can fling myself with a grappling hook, right? Okay. Just to grapple. It has variable cooldown, which means the less far you go, the less cooldown it has. The further you go, the more cooldown it has. This can be very useful to get to high ground. And talking about high ground, you have a zipline. The ziplines you find on the map, the exact same. You literally, I throw the zipline up, and it gets me from A to B on a zipline and stays there forever. Very fun character, very useful character. The grappling hook is very cool. Like, as you can see, like, oh, I'm down here and I want to go to the high ground, right? I can simply just boost myself up to the high ground with the grappling hook. And that's it for Pathfinder. Wraith is a very popular character and her kit is very simple. Just as simple as the other last two. If someone's looking at you, basically, or there's traps around the corner, you get a little voice in your head telling you someone's looking at you, sniper looking at you, traps around the corner. Just something as easy as that. And with her Q, or tactical, you press the button, you go for an animation, and now I'm invincible. No one can shoot me, and there's only a little blue outline following me, and that's really it. Like, at all. You pop that, and then you go invincible, and you can run away to your team. And her portal was very easy, so I pressed my ultimate key, run, and see the percentage at the top is how far I run. And then if I drop the portal placed. Then now, if I enter here, I go in here. I come out of here just like that. And then if I go into here, I go in here, and this lasts 1 minute. And then I can pop this. Void jumping. And that is my tactical again. But I just go in and get a bit of a speed boost. That's it. Bangalore is just as simple. Just a lot of these characters are very simple. If I get shot at while sprinting, I move faster. Right, I move quite a bit faster. And so if someone's shooting me right now and I move faster, I sprint faster. And I have a smoke launcher which can fire really far away. And I throw the smoke launcher down and it pops 3 smokes going out horizontally. So if I want to smoke off that area over there, I throw my smokes like that. And then you can't see through it. Then I've got my ult, right? And I throw my ult. And it just drops a massive, as you can see, very big, wide airstrike. And I'll show you the effect. This is the same as Gibraltar's ult. If I get hit by it, I take damage and I get slowed and I can't sprint. I get this all like haze on my screen for a bit. And I'm done. This is really good to use when running away and to push up on teams. And I'll show you the smoke one more time. And that's it. And I get 2 charges of this smoke. So this is Caustic, right? And with Caustic, basically, you have a barrels that you throw. You have 3 charges of these, and you can throw them anywhere, and they kind of just set up and stay. And if an enemy goes in them, they take health damage, as you can see, and they are slowed. So when they run, they can't sprint and they can't see. And his passive, which involves the Nox gas, if there's an enemy in there, they glow bright orange for me, right? These gas traps you can also shoot to proc them yourself, and you get big smoke clouds, which the enemies really don't want to enter. And then his ult, right, is, again, a throwable. And I simply throw it, and I get a massive gas cloud of smoke. And these look quite, like, see-through to you guys, to us, because I'm Caustic, and enemies in them get highlighted. But to enemies, they're really hard to see through, just like Bangalore smoke. But if you're in it, you take damage. Mirage is also a pretty fun character, and he has his passive. It means that when he gets down, he goes invisible, and when he's reviving his teammates, he goes invisible as well, so you can't see him or his teammate. And when using respawn beacons, but that's not really that important. But as you can see, my tactical is a decoy. I send out an exact clone as me, and it runs and stops when I want it to, unless I press whatever button it says to control, and then it mimics my exact actions, except for shooting, but it does get its gun out, as you can see, and aim down sights them, and mimics my exact actions. So you can't tell which one's which. And my ultimate, I go invisible for a brief second, create a bunch of decoys around me, which all mimic my exact movements, and you can't tell which is which. And yeah, they all do exactly what I do, except for actually shoot bullets. But they just follow me, and that's it for Mirage. Octane's passive is very subtle but very useful. As you can see, the bottom But okay, I'll take off my body shield and take a bit of damage. But as you can see right now, okay, I just took 25 damage from this grenade after it finishes burning me. And if you look at my health bar just at the bottom, it slowly regens, which is very, very not noticeable until like it starts kicking in. There you go. And I'll slowly regen health until I'm full, and that is my passive. And my tactical is I press Q and I take 20 damage, I inject myself with a stim, and now I move 40% faster, like a lot faster. I do everything faster, and I can spin around, and I can pop it as much as I want, pretty much on a 1 second cooldown, but it does deal 20 damage to me. And it's ultimate, right? You throw this little pad, which is a jump pad, and if I can hit it and I jump really far and go on a pad, and I get a double jump on it as well, right? But I'll show you the alternate bounce pad version. If I slide onto the bounce pad, it launches me really, really far away, right? And I can go like really, really far with this. Kind of got the same use as Pathfinder Zipline, except, you know, it's a bit, you can't get back. Once I hit the bounce pad, I can only use it from that location. And that's it for Octane. Wattson's passive is that when she's within her ultimate, right, which I'll drop in a second, her ability recharges way faster. And that when you have a thing called ultimate accelerant, which is this, you can carry them in stacks of 2 if I pick up a second one, and they instantly give me my ult back instead of giving me 35%, which is a pretty useful passive. And she slowly restores shields over time, right? You know, just like Octane you just saw, except it's shields, not health. Now, for her tactical ability, you put down fences which kind of connect together, and if anyone runs through these fences, right? Let me connect these fences together. If anyone runs through these fences, then they take 15 damage and get slowed, but her teammates can run through them freely. You can create 12 of these, and yeah, it's like a little defense character. They can be shot at the bottom though. And then her ultimate means if anyone, it slowly regens my shields and my teammate shields, and if anyone wants to shoot me, and if anyone wants to throw grenades at me or throw certain abilities at me, it like zaps out of the sky. Like a trophy, it's like a trophy system. Like if I show you a grenade, I throw a grenade, zaps out of the sky, does nothing, and I recharge my ult my ability a lot faster. Right, as you can see, there's on a really, really short cooldown that I can kind of just keep placing them a lot, and I can create a bunch of fences. For Crypto, everything's linked to his drone. As you can see, I'm going to pop my drone right now, do an animation, throw it out, and then my drone is right here. I can control it like this, and my passive is if I get off the drone, right, just like Bloodhound. But if I get off the drone quickly, I'm back. Exit. My drone can scan people, and I can see them through walls, and so can my team. Look, I can see this guy through walls, and so can my team. And then that's his passive. And then if I go back onto my drone, I can use my ult, which is I pop an EMP. And basically what this does is do 50 damage to and slow everyone in the area, which is a really good ult. And that's it for Crypto. Revenant's a bit of a weird hero, but one of his passive is that you can crouch walk just as fast as you can normally walk. So, you know, you can crouch walk around like a little spider, and you can climb surfaces really high. And this is just about to be buffed, so I'm going to show you it, but it's going to be very different when you go on it. As you can see, you know, I can climb this, but soon his climb is going to be near infinite. Right now, I'm just not going to make it up this, or barely, right? This is going to be really quick soon. I'm going to be able to climb as high as I want at about this speed. And for our tactical, I throw a little ball at them, which stays on the floor for 10 seconds and does 10 damage. And it cancels abilities. If I can't really show you right now, but you get like chains of your abilities when you get hit by this. And yeah, it means that every legend for 20 seconds or 15 seconds can't use any of their abilities. Ultimate or passives don't work, you know, tacticals. And as ultimate, I place a totem on the floor, and if I hit the totem, right, now my shield doesn't matter, and I only get hit with health damage. And say I'm gonna die to this grenade, right? This grenade would normally kill me, right? I take it, and instead I get teleported back to the totem with 50 hit points, 50 HP, instead of dying. So that his ult is really good, because you can pop it, and then run at enemies, and even if they kill you, then you just get sent back to the totem. Okay, so Loba's tactical is you can see good loot through walls. As you can see that right here, I'm in the floor, and I can see all the gold and purple and red loot through walls for quite a long range. And this is just good for looting, obviously, because I can see the good loot through walls. And Q, you take out a little bracelet and you throw it and then teleport to it. And it's going to be a really bad analogy, but it's just like an ender pearl in Minecraft, right? I throw it, okay? And then when it lands, you teleport to the location. That easy. You just throw it and teleport to it. It can go like 75 meters, very far. And obviously the further it goes, the longer it takes to teleport, like an ender pearl. Very bad analogy, but it's the easiest way to explain it. And the ult, you get a little radius that you should have seen like blink out. And then I hit it, and now I can do all the items in there, every single piece. Except I can only take 2 items. So if I want this Kraber, then if I want a gold body shield, then I can no longer take any items, but I can take as much ammo as I want. So Loba's always going to be well looted and have ammo and guns. Rampart's passive is that she's proficient with LMGs. She holds more ammo in LMGs and reloads them faster, and her minigun, but we yet to see this. As you can see, I've got 40 in the mag, and when I pick up a purple, I have 58 in the mag, whereas a normal character will have, I think, 40 in the mag with a purple extended mag. So she gets a lot of bullets, where as you can see, I never really have to reload it, and I can reload it way faster than you normally do. Her tactical is you put a cover which sets up, and before it sets up it's got 50 HP, and after it's got 400, and then you get this shield, right? The shield, you do, see I'm doing 22 damage to the body and 44 to the head. If I go here, now I'm doing 18 and 36. So you also can't be shot, it's got a little HP, so if people shoot you, you're invincible. But yeah, you do bonus damage through this wall, and you can have 3 in your inventory to place, and you can have 6 up at one time, so you can create a little mini fortress. Now her ultimate is called Sheila, and I basically drop a minigun on the floor. Meet Sheila. Don't worry. And that's it. That's simple. I would left click to shoot a minigun, and yeah, I have a minigun. And if I would right click, I can zoom in or shift, and I can shoot my minigun like that. And that's it. You just got a minigun. This has infinite ammo. You do have to reload it, but it's got infinite ammo in reserve. So you know, once I reload it again, yep. Yeah, bullets, and then I can shoot people again with shield. And yeah, that's it. Got a minigun. Horizon's passive is a bit hard to demonstrate, but it's easy to explain. Like when falling from a high place, which I'll do now, I'm gonna go to the zip line up here. You have no like delayed landing, or like normally, you know, you have to do a massive screen shake and you have to move really slowly. Horizon just falls off of like a high place like this, right? I can just start sprinting straight away. No delay, slide, jump, sprint, and you're done. And from any high drop that is. And her tactical is gravity lift. You throw a little lift up which lasts some time, and if I go in the area, then it sends me up. I can kind of strafe, and then at the end of it, I can push whichever direction I want to go, and then I fall out of it really quickly. And that's it. And her tactical is a black hole, right? Well, I'll show you how far you can throw it. But look, I've got this in my hand, and then if I want to throw it here, I can throw it really far, and then it drops to the floor, and it sucks all the enemies in really close. And if you throw stuff like grenades in it, the grenades get sucked to the center as well, so enemies can will get hit by the grenades. Yeah, and it just sucks you to the middle. It doesn't really work. Horizon gets sucked a little bit, but it pulls enemies really, really hard. So we've got Fuze. His passive is that he can throw grenades. First of all, he can store 2 grenades in an inventory. As you can see, I have 2 grenades, 2 grenades, 2 grenades. On a normal character, you can only store 1, so this would take up 6 slots instead of 3. And he can, see how he's got a little arm thing? He can throw his grenades really far and faster as well. And they go kind of faster. So this makes it more accurate. And you also can see the trajectory of like a frag grenade and its bounce. As you can see, if I throw it here, I can see that it's going to bounce there. So yeah, that's his passive. Very, very good passive actually, very underrated. And his tactical is Knuckle Cluster, where you shoot this little thing like that, and you can stick it to someone, and then it just explodes and does damage. This breaks doors and has like a big AoE. So if I like show you, I'll like throw it here, which is, you know, quite far away. That's quite a miss, and it will still tag and maybe throw a bit of damage. And it's just like a kind of AoE damage doer. Stick it to people, down people, and that's really it. He has 2 charges as well. And now this is the mother load. This is his ultimate ability. And you just fire it and you create a massive ring of fire. And I'll show you if I get something in the fire, right? Yeah, massive ring of fire. You can shoot it really far. I missed him with the fire, but I'll walk in to show you. Now I get slowed, heat all over my screen. I can't sprint, and look at the damage that I take. That's a lot of damage for an ability. And if I go for it one more time, I can show you, you know. So if you get an enemy trapped inside of there, and they try and get out, well then it's pretty much a free kill. And what you can do is you can combo his abilities, so you throw your ult and then you throw your abilities inside of it, and then, you know, they take damage either way. Now I've got the most recent character, and their passive is pretty easy. They've got a jetpack. I can fly with a jetpack by just pressing space again, and I can fly around unlike any other character. Very useful. There's a lot of different tech you can do, but yeah, it's a jetpack. And the other passive is you highlight enemies. So with when you fly, you enemies have massive squares if you're flying, and that kind of explains. I'll show you what I mean by flying, like dropping from the dropship, and her ult. Her Q, I get a little thing on the floor. I can also do this while flying, right? Oh, yeah. So I can do this while flying, and then I get a little aerial image, and then I shoot my rockets down, and they do damage and stun the enemy. The best part is the stun, not the damage. They can't sprint and they have to move. This is a very good tactical, very good character. And my ult is very simple. I fly, my teammates can attach to me, and I click it, and I'm gone. I fly up in the sky, I can redeploy balloon, and I redeploy and I can fly in anywhere on the map I want.
But you don't have a seat.
And yeah, that's it. Very, very cool character. And the most recent addition to Apex. If you would subscribe to me, that would mean a lot. This video was hopefully informative. I tried to explain all the abilities to the best I can. I'm going to be making more Apex content. If you want guides, gameplays, you know, make sure to subscribe to me. Anyway, hope I helped. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Have a good day.